last 2 weekends of muzzleloader, I'm trying to just go back to spots that I hunted a lot and just kind of they mean a lot to me. So I thought it'd be fun to get back. Last weekend with the warm weather, I could not get back to one of my other spots, so I hunted, but it was not what I wanted. So today, to a spot we hunted in the, like, I guess probably like the mid-90s. I was a teenager, and it was really good. I shot one nice buck there, but the old guys shot a bunch. Well, they weren't old then. Yeah, I'm just excited to go back in there and just see what it looks like, really. There was always a lot of deer. I think there's still definitely a lot of deer there. The kid isn't with me. He is a ski racer, and he's really focusing on having a good year. And he is training today, so he has switched over his gun for his skis. But that's all right. He went pretty hard this year. So. There, so just kind of setting off. It's kind of crazy. 30 years ago, we hunted an area. Like one of the last times we were hunting here, we helped a gentleman drag a deer out, and he ended up buying a piece of property, and then he owns this, and my dad called him. We kind of know him, and I got permission. So there was a lot of deer sign out by the main road and a wicked hog track, but there'd been a ton of hunter activity, and sometimes that can be really frustrating. So I might end there this afternoon, but I'd prefer to be a little bit outside of all those deer and find a bigger buck back kind of by himself, so it's just easier. Anyways, this is pretty cool. That's the update. Anyways, what a special experience to be able to be back in here. I think this was all big woods, and they definitely cut it at some point. Probably like 25, 30 years ago, right after we stopped hunting here. But anyways, I think we used to walk down this twitch. Anyways, I'm feeling really good about today. I got deer, and I like the looks of this guy right here. We'll see. God, I feel like I just need to go slow. It could be hard to track one in here unless it's really fresh and really big. My plan kind of backfired. I didn't think there'd be so many deer back in here. Guess it's worst problems to have. This deer bedded right in this freaking twitch trail. Looks chunky. God, there's some big tracks in here. Holy shit. I'm just going back down in. So I don't know if it's being the last day of hunting season or what, but just being here after, God, there's some good tracks in here. After 30 years, those coyotes have been howling all morning. Just realize how fast it goes. It seems like just yesterday I was following my dad down in here at like 13 or 14 maybe. Then we'd still hunt, and I thought this was the biggest piece of woods in the entire world. Trying to like keep sight of his hat and whistling, and now I'm doing that with my son. I mean, I'm only 46, but just they go by fast. Don't take any hunting season for granted. It goes by in a blink of an eye. Hunt every day like there aren't many left. Back down memory lane. So this road, when I was younger, I will admit these woods scared me a little bit. I had my compass, I knew southwest got me out, but it was a long walk. But anyways, my dad would go down in and he'd let me go off alone, and this road is my safety net. I mean, this piece was big back then too. There was a road to the east a few miles maybe, but this piece, I think it carried back like 7 miles before anything else. So anyways, this road would be my thing I'd hunt off, and I got braver and braver. But this back then was, you could have drove, maybe got a Jeep down here, but I learned a lot on this road. Anyways, bring back a lot of memories. Hope you guys don't mind listening to it. Tracks. Maybe. God, Maybe a donut lamb and a small buck, but anyways, they're going right down where I want to go. I'm gonna track them, but I'm just gonna be easy because I feel like when I get down lower, the deer could just be anywhere. So hopefully this time if I get some shooting and I get to turn the camera on. A lot of brown ash in here. I'm waiting to find a road. There's an absolute pig that lives in here. Shiny up pretty good. I think he'll do. That's a solid deer right there. I'd like to freshen him up. So, I'm trying to be really careful. Big ol' wolf. It's hard to track because there's tracks everywhere, but this buck spent some time. There's like 3 beds in here. So I'm just hunting like this. If I found a smoking first track, I'd take it, but I feel like my best bet right now is to ease through here and just keep calling a little bit and maybe come into him. He might have just moved down a little bit, but he spent some time right here. He ate a bunch of mushrooms here. He eats them right off the tree. God, he's right here. I think he's still, hopefully I didn't bump him, but that's the update. I can see 3 beds right here. I gotta be careful. I think he's a good deer. It's about noon. I haven't seen a deer yet. I'm surprised. There's tracks all over the place, but the snow is 6 days old. And I'm thinking maybe when I was driving over this morning, I went through a couple of squalls. So I think we got just a dusting to cover things up this morning, maybe. But I can't freshen anything up. I had some family deer that were fresh. I took them. I came through that spot with that big one. I must have found 6, 7 beds. Worked all that area. Took a track, maybe from yesterday, but ended up just circling and circling. It's just a mess. So all I'm doing now is just, I've decided it's noon. I know to my southwest or west, I think there's some deer, and I'm just trying to hook them, and then I'm going to come back through. There's a couple like trails and stuff. I'm hoping to come out like through there dark. But anyways, I was thinking of a funny story. So we used to hunt down in here. My dad shot a nice 9-pointer, and the drag out was awful. So after that, we had a rule that if you're going to shoot a deer down here, it had to be big. And I was a teenager, and that was hard for me because I think I might have probably shot at a 4-pointer and just, but anyways, we were hunting. It might have been in this area, all these little hummocks, and my dad and I used to still hunt probably like 150 yards apart, you know, just to see his hat once in a while. I saw this buck bedded like right on this knoll, and I could see my dad, and I was looking at the deer, and it had a rack. I think it was much bigger than I thought, but so I'm trying to whistle at my dad to get him to stop because he was kind of moving. I'm trying to assess the deer, and I didn't shoot, and the deer gets up and walks away. And it ended up the leaves were pretty wet that day, and there was a pretty big track. But anyways, I was scared of my dad getting mad at me for shooting a small buck, but I think it would have been okay. Anyways, having a good day. I just wish I could freshen something up. But day before a big storm, it's going to be nasty tomorrow. So I got a feeling if I find them, they're all just like in one spot. Anyways, time for a sandwich. And just keep on plugging, I guess. Still swinging. Only takes a second. But yeah, it's just strange. I think with this, we got that shit coming. They're all just one little spot. I bet, you know, there's been some, I've tried to go through some thickets, but I've just been working the edges. Can't call and stuff right. Can't shoot them in there, but anyways, still going. Got 3 hours of the season left or so. See what happens. I hear Brooke. I'm gonna go get a drink. So I am a big fan of filtering my water most of the time. If I'm way up in the mountains and it's like a spring that comes out of the mountains, I don't worry too much, but when I'm hunting low, or especially up in the, we were up in the North Maine woods with all those bogs, I just bring this Catadine Be Free. That's a good one. The Sawyer Mini is good with a Canuck bottle. Eben uses that, but Be Free is the way to go, I think. I like it better than the Sawyer. Works pretty good. Takes, if you haven't used it in a while, you gotta like, let the filter get wet. That hole, you gotta put that right if you got a hole in your bag so it doesn't squirt you in the face. Nothing. Wasn't really anything to track today. I tried to find a first track a couple times, those family deer. That was okay, and then the yesterday tracks were, it was hard though. You'd go about 100 yards, 200 yards and have to circle. Just nothing broke out on its own, like to go up the mountain or anything. Just stayed right with all the deer, so. But good day. It's getting foggy. Crappy weather coming. We're supposed to get a bunch of rain. I bet you like this area. If we get that rain, this will be right to bare ground, I bet. It's going to be 40 for 2 days and 3 inches of rain. The snow will be gone. But beautiful in here. Got a lot of rubs today. A couple signposts. But anyways, stroll down memory lane. Decided to kill it the last hour. What a sign. Around this cut. I got an hour. So I figured, what the hell? You never know. Might catch something. Working the cut. Doing some feeding for the storm. You never know. Well, about 20 minutes left. I think I'll use it to walk out to the truck in this cutting. Just maybe we'll see something. If not, whatever. It was a good season. That day with Eben was pretty special. We got our chance. That's all you can ask for. Well, here's the update. We caught him in his bed.
Not much of a shot. He shot twice, I shot 3 times.
Eben killed a couple trees. Well, I know where my keys are if you ever find my truck out in the woods. Help yourself. Well, that's it for the Maine 2023 hunting season. Thanks for watching. It was a lot of fun this year with Eben. And yeah, if you like the video, just like and subscribe and check us out on Instagram. We'll try to get better at this and get more up next year. Have a good winter.